Here we go. UFC 302 going down in where the fuck is it? Newark? Is it in Newark, New
Yes, sir.
Jersey? Yeah, that's what I thought. Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier is the main event. This Saturday, June 1. The opener is wait, hold on. Usman, you gonna do tail of the tape, bud?
Yeah, I'm willing to do tell the tape, bro. And in fashion and tribute to our fallen brother, I just had my mouth full of some food, so I'm all cleared up and ready to go.
Right on. Well, fuck. Let's get after it. We got Mitch Raposo versus Andre Lima.
Yes, sir. Mitch Raposo versus Andre Lima. Raposo fighting out of the switch stance. Andre Lima out of the orthodox. Raposo's 9-1-0. Andre Lima undefeated at 8-0. 5-5 for Mitch Raposo. 5-7 for Andre Lima. 64-inch reach for Raposo. 67 for Andre Lima. And then when we go down to strikes landed per minute, 2.57. Raposo versus Lima's 3.98. Striking accuracy, 25% for Raposo, 60%. You know what? I'm reading these off, but who gives a
They
damn?
ain't got no UFC fights, homie, so it
Raposo's
don't
got,
matter.
yeah, Raposo's got a loss in the Hadley Dana White Contender Series fight, and Andre Lima just got bit in his last fight, and it went 1.5 rounds. So who gives a fuck about these stats? Go on, boys.
Yeah, man. So, like, if this fight was on full camp, I would be willing to take a shot on Raposo. If this line continues to get out of hand, I will take a shot on Raposo. I think I get it, it's 11 days notice, but the kids had real experience with the Ultimate Fighter. It was on the tough. If you For those who don't know, at 21 years old, has had a Contender Series fight like Usman alluded to, where he lost to Jake Hadley. Uh, yeah, man. I think on a full camp, I would take a shot on him, but I mean, the reality is the other guy is coming off a win due to DQ, where the fight looked like it was starting to get a little ugly for him, where he might not have won that fight if it had gone the full distance. Uh, he was getting pieced up on the feet, he was getting taken down, and we know Mitch has wrestling. But with that being said, I think not having a full camp really plays against him, even though he does fight with the New England Cartel out there with Rob Font and Calvin Cater. So we do know he's with a good camp. And like I said, if this was a full camp, I would definitely take a shot on the dog here. But like I said, unless this line keeps getting little more out of line, I probably won't. But yeah, I think there's a little value in the dog here. I wouldn't be rushing to put the other side in your parlays if I'm being honest. But yeah, he should win. Probably, I would take the over in this fight. I think an over is a good look here. I don't think he's going to get Raposo out of there. I think it more often than not goes to a decision.
Yeah, I figure this one probably goes the distance, but the only reason I probably won't play any action on it is because I just don't feel like these guys are experienced enough. I've seen these young guys when you got them pegged to go the distance, fuck around and finish a
Well,
fight.
Raposo does what he's supposed to do against guys that he fights. Like the guys that he's fought don't have the best records. So he looks good in those fights, but it's the regional scene. How much can you really take into the regional scene? That's anywhere now.
Yeah, 100%. Usman.
Yeah, just putting my hand up to give a little split strat outlook. Um, Weirdly enough, the one that hits at a great percentage, 71%, goes the distance, -130. That is, yeah, throw it away, son, and get back to your room. Um, Over. Yes, it says go over. The ghost is split. Specific strat says doesn't go over, but we're going to go with the highest percentage and hit the over on this one.
I will say this:
Right.
if I'm going to play this fight from a dog's perspective, because like I said, I'm not rushing to play the other side. I would take a look at the round 2 or 3 late props, man. He did seem to be slowing down in his fight. So Raposo is known for his cardio. He's gone 5 rounds. Uh, yeah, I think he could get to late round finish here if the guy slows down.
Um, I got no take against you, Trace, and you are honestly one of the sharper guys around here. So we're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna move on. Next up is Joselyne Edwards versus
Yeah,
God
we
damn it.
got better times on the mic, brother. Let him get a take on that fight if he's got one.
Oh shit! I didn't get better. What's happening, bud?
What's up? I just got on break. What's the fight y'all doing?
First fight
Oh,
of the card: Raposo versus I'm having trouble remembering his name.
Lima.
Oh, Lima. Oh, I honestly don't. I really did not get to tape that fight that much. Lima. I think Lima's gonna win though, just based off aggression alone. But I'm not really touching it because I didn't really have time to review the late replacement.
Fair enough. We'll go ahead and dive into the next one. Then Usman will give better first take on that one.
hold on. We're gonna do it this way. Ailin Perez and Joselyne Edwards. Perez is minus 192. Edwards is plus 155. This is over 30 books. As a group, we pretty much agree this is an over. You can take whatever side you want. We don't care. Um, it's an over. If you bet over 1.5s, take your over 1.5. If you bet over 2.5s, take your over 2.5. If you bet fight goes the distance, if you got that type of courage when you place your parlays, this is one for fight goes the distance. If anybody in here is dying to give a take on Joselyne Edwards versus Ailin Perez, we'll let you. But as a team, we're gonna skip this fight. This is a 15-minute trap talking about a fucking over. That's what this fight is. So
I will add this to the over though, Joe. I do like the a little sprinkle on the round 3 Jocelyn KO. I do think she could get a tired Ailin Perez after she spams 10 takedowns and doesn't get all of them.
yeah, and I'll throw my 1 cent out there. I like Joselyne Edwards as a dog. I really think she's going to get the W in the decision. But she's going to get the W in the decision, and that's where it's going to be, in my opinion. I'm not mad at anybody's play, but that's 2 minutes. That's a minute too long on this one. Next up is going to be Bassil, Hafez, and Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall is plus 261. Hafez is minus 435. That's the average on 29 books. Usman, you got some tail on this one, bud?
I do got some tail on this one. Pause. Mickey Gall 7-5. Bassil Hafez 8-3-1. Height 6'2" for Mickey Gall, 5'11" for Bassil Hafez. Reach 74 inches, so the 2-inch reach advantage goes to Mickey Gall, with Hafez having a 72-inch reach. Strikes landed per minute for Gall 2.94, Hafez 2.13, and then takedown average for 15 minutes is a 1.21 for Mickey Gall and 3 for Hafez. But once again, those lines are very skewed because Hafez has only had one fight in the UFC, and that was his debut against Della Maddalena.
I'll open this one if it's all right. I personally think Mickey Gall is a fade. I'm not one that believes, a guy is due for a win. I don't buy into any of that shit. If I'm being honest, the only thing I've gotten wrong about Mickey Gall in his last 4 fights is that I thought he would lose to Jordan fucking Williams.
And his name pronunciation.
Well, how do I say? What do I say? I say
It's
his last
Gall.
name wrong.
Yeah, it's Gall.
Gall. What do I say? Gale.
Yeah, Gale.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a Gale anyway. Yeah, I think he's a sincere fade. I'm going to bet against him. I'm going to take in my parlay. I'm actually going to take this one fight to go the distance. No, I don't take sides in my parlays. But I'm going to take Bassil on a. I'll play him somehow, some way. Trace, what you got on this one, bud?
I'm gonna kick it over better actually. While we got him, let's use him.
My bad. I forget about the time crunch. I get used to it though. Better get after it.
Yeah, I actually like money lines on my parlays. Bassil Hafez is my lock, and I always like I try not to be so go over the value when people like impress on their debuts, especially against who he fought. So I went through the tape again. I just had to do it redo it again because I remember the first time he made his debut, I could not bet on Maddalena because he looked so good, and the dude is good, man. His coaches said it best. Like when he's at his most tired, he could still take Maddalena down, and he did. And he took the punches and he gave it right back to him. Hafez is either going to knock him out or strangle him. In my opinion, lock.
Yeah, I agree. Based on the JDM fight, it's easy cap. I didn't feel like I needed to go back. I remembered the fight pretty well, or at least I feel like I remember the fight pretty well. Uh, yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's an easy play. I shouldn't have said I don't like money lines in my parlays. That's not fair. I usually do a money line parlay, and then I take my props and break those up into a couple parlays. Because I enjoy parlay betting. So like I'm sure I'll play Hafez in that one parlay I do on money lines, but he'll get played 2 or 3 times in my other parlays. Usman.
So when it comes to the split strat, it says that this is going to go with the over. It goes to split plus 400 even. That's exactly where our line is to hit the over. When we go over to the highest hitting percentage goes the distance. We're at plus 105, so barely missing that minus money, which tells us it's 100% going to hit the over. And we're lucky enough to get it at 1.5 rounds. I know I'll probably be sweating it because Hafez is going to be the better fighter probably everywhere. But I wanna say that he's going to flex on his striking a little bit and prolong this fight. I think the reason why we saw him go for so many takedowns was because Madalena had the way better striking, and I think here he's gonna really just try to show off a bit and hopefully get us that over 1.5.
He's up there training with Justin Gaethje at elevation, so the cardio shouldn't be an issue in this one. Yeah, I kind of wonder how much of it is did he overperform in his debut, but at the end of the day, I don't think he needs to. I think he can underperform and still take Mickey Gall. So I don't really have much to add. I do think it's inside the distance as a solid play there. I think Gall's one of them guys you kind of give him the way out, he'll take it.
Yeah, and I think Gall will try to. I think he'll be okay when Hafez tries to take him down. I think. I think he's one of them guys that
I
in
will
this.
say this: I've met one Jersey boy in my life, and Max. Everybody from the group chat knows Max, and he's pretty soft, so I assume Gall's soft as well.
We're gonna leave it at that. Fuck it. We're just gonna roll right to the next one. That was good enough for me, if I'm being honest. All right. What's up next here? Next on the card is Niko Price and Alex Morono. If I hop over to the odds board here, it is minus 244 for Alex Morono. I don't care what you guys think of how I say it. And Niko Price is plus 190. I feel like this one is an over. I'm pretty sure the group does, but I'm going to throw it over to Usman. He can do tail of the tape if he'd like.
Yeah, tell the tape we got Nico Price as a 15-7 with a 2 no contest. Morono 24-9 with 1 no contest. Height's pretty close, 6 foot for Nico Price, 5'11 for Morono. When it comes down to the reach, 76 inches for Nico Price, 72 to Morono, so he's got the 4-inch reach advantage. Strikes landed per minute, 5.46 for Nico Price, 4.87 for Alex Morono. And then coming down to the takedown average per 15 minutes, 0.7 for Nico Price and 0.32 for Morono. I'll go ahead and start this one off if y'all don't mind. Stats really kind of interest me there with Morono shooting were like less takedowns because I always say Morono could flex on his ground game more if he really had to. He owns a bunch of BJJ schools where he's the teacher. Like it's more than five, I believe. Um, I always tell y'all I am always going to bet on a Morono sub because I think it's always there if he fucking tries, and we saw him try a couple of times with Court McGee in his last fight. But putting that into perspective, he went the distance with Court McGee, who's 74 years old and begging to be finished. More than likely, this is going to go to the over, and that's probably what I'll be hitting, and Morono by decision.
Over, 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 over. Better times.
Okay, now I'm actually pretty strongly on the over as well, but I think you're going to be sweating during that third round. Niko Price, Well, first off, in the striking, I think Morono's got Niko covered everywhere, whether it's grappling or striking. But the one big takeaway is that Niko's Price's power and cardio is such a fucking weapon. Like, remember when he fought Michel Pereira? Michel Pereira, this was not the early Michel Pereira. This was the one that was pacing himself, and he still had him in survival mode in that third round. I think Morono's going to be doing good for 2 rounds, but that cardio is of Price is going to be doing something to him, and he's probably going to be in survival mode too. So it's over, but you're going to be sweating during that third round.
You're going to be sweating it because old creaky ass Niko Price is in there. He can't hardly walk. He walks with a limp. Dude, like, I was all over Robbie Lawler in that fight for a reason. This guy, he might be only, like 37, 38, but he's built like an 84-year-old. So I guess it's a good thing that he beat the 73-year-old last time because he's getting another guy who's just worn out, man. Like, his knees are gone. He's had surgery on them. I just don't see, like, if he makes it to the judges' scorecards, it's because Morono carried him there. Like, there's just no reason why he shouldn't be able to get him out of there at some point. I do like the overs. I do think it comes later rather than sooner. I don't think the chin's necessarily gone. I just think he got caught with a good punch on the inside from Robbie Lawler. But yeah, either way, he's not. The optics aren't good. So over.
I just want to throw this out there. I was live for the Niko Price Michel Pereira fight. That fight was a fucking banger live.
Wasn't it?
I do want to say
Bro.
one thing though that nobody else has mentioned already. They have already fought before, and Niko did technically knock him out. Like, he hit him with that uphill that on the forehead that made that like hammer, like almost like a hammer noise, and put him out. Like, it was a nasty knockout.
I thought that was Randy Brown.
That
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Niko. I'll find it real quick. Hang on. But go ahead, Joe.
Now I'm stuck. I gotta know. I don't think it was.
It was Niko doing that to Randy Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, were you talking about Morono doing that to Price?
No, I don't
Hang on.
think so.
I'm pulling it up. I might be talking out my ass. Hang on.
Yeah, I think you are. So, anyways, while you do that, I can go ahead and we can just talk about what the next one's going to be. Next up on this card is going to be Joe Select. No. All right. It's going to be Phil Rowe and Jake Matthews.
Okay, so he won by knockout, and it was overturned to a no contest. So Morono did beat, or Niko Price did beat Morono by KO in the second round.
Oh, and it got overturned?
Yeah, it got overturned to a no contest.
I got you. So, Jake Matthews, Philip Rowe. Matthews minus 161. Philip Rowe plus 129. That's the average over 31 books. CapMMA.com if you haven't been there. Wonderful place. Okay, so here is my. This isn't over. We all know this isn't over. If anybody wants to give a take for a side, you can raise your hand, but this isn't over. Yes! All right. I'm so fucking grateful not to talk about that fight. Sorry, Phil Rose. Sorry, Jake Matthews.
You're not going to give me my attempt to shit on Jake Matthews? It's okay. I didn't want to anyways. On to the next.
Man, I do think a submission could materialize for Rowe late. I think he could rock him and eventually get the submission. But yeah, I do think it happens later in the fight if it does.
He's got a nice jab, too. I think Rowe could work the jab. If he can work the jab into the later rounds, I think you're right, to be honest. I think if you're really looking at that fight for a side, I think Phil probably is the side. But I still don't want to talk about that fight. It's a horrible fucking fight to talk about. I like you, Phil Rowe. You're a nice guy. Grant Dawson, Joe Solecki. This is going to be a motherfucking banger right here. If you don't know, now you know. Isn't that what Dana White says? I'll let Usman get after it. I don't have the odds right in front of me. I just knew what fight it was, and then I clicked over to our website and was looking at the headlines already. Oh, Grant Dawson minus 417, Solecki plus 307. God damn. Did that move? He's minus 510 at low VIG. Bro, where did that open? Holy shit. Minus 263 14 days ago at Unibet, and he is currently minus 420. God damn. They have smoked the shit out of that. Usman, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. This is one of those where everybody will tell you Grant Dawson is a free parlay, but let's get into the stats. Grant Dawson 22-1, not 22, 20 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Joe Solecki 13-4. When it goes down to height, 5'10" for Grant Dawson, 5'9" for Solecki. And then on to the reach. Grant Dawson will have a 2-inch reach advantage, 72 inches to the 70 inches of Joe Solecki. Strike landed per minute, 2.97 for Grant Dawson, 2.21 for Solecki. And takedowns, we know both of these guys are takedown artists. It's a 3.68 for Grant Dawson and 2.65 for Joe Solecki per 15 minutes. I think that's pretty damn good for two guys that are going for takedowns. They got some good numbers there.
Trace, you on this fight? Better Times is on limited time, so Better Times.
Yeah, I think. Well, first off, the value's gone on Grant Dawson. You should have got him while he was like at a minus 300, but it still doesn't change. Like Dawson is better than him everywhere. I think he's gonna end up submitting him. I don't think he has the tools to knock him out on the feet, but he will be better on the feet or on the ground because he has technique on his side and the power is on Solecki's side. So the only thing I am really worried about when it comes to picking Dawson is he doesn't protect his neck when he goes for takedowns because he knows he's gonna get it. Solecki can grab a neck real quick and squeeze like a motherfucker. So that's my only worry when it comes to putting Dawson on any of your parlays. So I stayed away from it.
I understand that because I kind of thought that too, but I'm still staying off of it because there's really not much value to add off of apparently minus 500 now. Uh, but here's something to rest your mind a little bit. He beat Solecki when he beat Mark Madsen, when he beat Jared Gordon, when he beat Derek Minner. These are all guys that with very similar skill sets. They're wrestlers that have submission upside and somewhat better back striking than him. Jared Gordon definitely had better striking standing up on the feet than Grant Dawson. So I would say he's already fought this exact style of fighter for most of his UFC career. I think he's pretty well prepared for this fight. I don't think the fight ends and finished. If it does, I think I'm probably going to play the late round stoppages by submission for Grant Dawson, like the round 2, round 3 on FanDuel when they drop. They're still not out yet, but I think is more often than not goes to a decision. But if this fight ends in any way, it's going to be submission by Dawson, I think.
So I want to throw this in there. If you're a prop bettor or a guy that looks for good lines, you should check fight ends in round 1. Dawson has 7 first round finishes. Solecki has 8 first round finishes. And I'm going to be completely honest and say, in no parlays, maybe a couple bucks, and I just mean a couple bucks, I might have to go find the Joe Solecki round 1 submission prop. I think Grant Dawson is the side everywhere, except maybe in a scramble that doesn't go his way. And Joe Solecki slips it in quick. And it would have to happen early. I say round 1 because I don't think Solecki has a bad gas tank or anything. I just think he's going to need to have every bit of energy and strength. You know, he's going to need that first 3 minutes of the fight to do it. But I think in a scramble he could win a scramble and find a good submission while he's still fresh. And I think if there's crazy money on it, Joe Solecki round 1 submission is not absurd. I think it's probably his only path in my personal opinion. Usman.
Yeah, so goes to split plus 400. That hits our criteria, you whatever. Um, Goes the distance minus 170 on an over 2.5. That's set at minus 200. That's telling you it's going to be an over all day. Um, Hate the idea of hitting props at minus money, but the fact that Grant Dawson is only minus 110 for decision, the books are kind of telling you what to hit here, and I'll probably just be taking the over in a parlay.
Man, you really. I mean, I'm not mad at the over on this one. I think it's a very risky play though. You're gonna sweat your balls off on this one, bro. Um, yeah, just my opinion. Anyways, let's look at what's next. I don't see no more hands up. We kind of beat that one down, and we're moving good here. So I like that. Our tail of the tape really is better than the other ones over at the website. Sometimes you got to adjust the name because when you hit compare stats and it autofills like Joseph Solecki is his name. But if you want to find him, you got to type in Joe Solecki. Sometimes you got to make a couple of small adjustments, but it really is a better tail of the tape. And I'm not being biased, but I am being 100% biased. CapMMA.com. Fuck all you guys. César Almeida versus Roman Kopylov. Fuck, here we go. God damn it. All right. This is going to be, here we go. Minus 120. Holy shit. Minus 120 for César Almeida, minus 104 for Roman Kopylov. That's the averages over 29 books. I see Almeida is deep as minus 130. I think he gets deeper than that in some places because that's not even the market red. Minus 180 or 143. The worst line you'll find on Kopylov is minus 118. Damn, I've got my take on this one. Usman, what's tail of the tape on this boy? Because I know we're going to get into it.
So tail of the tape: César Almeida 5-0 to Roman Kopylov's 12-3, 6 foot 1 inch for César Almeida, and Kopylov an inch below at 6 foot. Reach 74 inches for Almeida to 75, with Roman having the 1 inch reach advantage. Going down to strikes landed per minute, 4.50 to 4.66. César first, Kopylov later. César only has 2 fights, so 4.50. Don't read too much into that. And then takedown average per 15 minutes, 0.00 for Almeida and 0.42 for Kopylov. If you don't mind, I'll kick it off. Kopylov was a shiny toy that everybody was on, including the UFC, and then they completely set him up against Fluffy, and we all knew that that was going to be a bad loss for him. Gotta assume that he's going up against another striker here who's fresh in MMA. They're gonna want César Almeida to win this one. I'm on César. That's it for me.
Better times.
Yeah, I'm on Kopylov. Look, man, Kopylov is getting better at MMA. We all should have known Fluffy is just a bad matchup. That man's cardio is like nobody else's, and he grapples with that throughout the fight. Kopylov wasn't ready for that. This striking is more his pace. Like he knows how to strike. Even when he gets tired from a high pace, his speed is still there. And I think the speed is going to be the problem. The problem that's going to be for Kopylov is that Almeida can take a fucking shot. His last kickboxing match, he ate hella knees, clean knees, and he treated it like it was just a toddler hitting him. He's going to be able to take these shots, and I think the pressure going forward later on in the fight is going to be the problem. But I think Kopylov can get ahead and implement the grappling. He's not a desperate grappler, even though he hasn't shown us that much of his grappling. When he does it when he needs to, but he does it right. He doesn't do it desperately like someone who's getting their ass kicked. So I think it's Kopylov all day for me.
Quick
Yep.
question that I'll ask is I don't know if you hit it. I got a little busy, but better. What do you think about the over? Because I think I'll take it.
Hammer it. Just hammer it all day. Over 1.5. Just do it, man. That's the best bet you can make.
All right, that's what
Wait,
I'm on too.
pause. Hold on. Did I just hear a car skid out in the background and have a crash while you were talking better?
No, someone was honking because some motherfucker wouldn't move, and then you know how they do. They're like, "Oh my god, I didn't know."
Oh, okay,
That's what that
okay.
was.
Trace, what you got on this
I heard
fight,
that shit
bro?
too, Joe. Though
I'm like, he didn't even skip a beat.
I was like,
Fuck him.
if he ain't worried, I ain't worried. Whatever.
Trace, what you got on this fight, bro?
So man, I early on in the week, he was at like minus 146. I was like, I started asking a couple of guys that I talked to about fights, better included. Uh, I was like, man, which way do you think that fight's gonna go? I was like, pre-tape, I'm all over Kopylov. It's like at minus 140 seems like it's a deal. Like I feel like pre-tape, I thought he was just gonna like run through this dude because just off the top of my head, like the Budka fight, whenever he had Budka hurt, hands were down, swinging hooks, baby. Like he was not worried about getting swung back on. I don't know if that was just because he knew he was so tired or what, but I just feel like Kopilov's very, very good with the hooks and like that right there. If you come at him like that, he's gonna counter the shit out of you and catch you. Which like he said, Almeida is very tough, very durable. Can eat a hell of a shot. Fought Pahea what 3 times, never been knocked out. Um, yeah, the dude's tough. I think the fight goes to a decision or the over pop's a good bet, and I think I'm still gonna go with myself because like, initially I put 4 units on it at minus 146. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get off of it until pre-tape until I do a tape again. So I pulled my bet off of it. It's now Kopilov's at plus money or plus 100, like even money right now. So I'll have a better line on it if I decide to play it, but I'm probably gonna take Kopylov by decision, whatever that prop is, whenever it comes out. And that's probably how I'm gonna play this fight. Probably play the over and probably play the Kopylov decision.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna just take the over on this fight, and I think it's a nice little play to have in the parlays, and I won't sweat it too much. You know,
Did everybody feel that live movement coming though? Like everyone, like you saw Kopylov was the favorite, but everyone felt it felt like everybody was on Almeida only because of the Pereira fight.
Exactly. That's why I
eh,
pulled my money up. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna get a better line once people start watching this. And I probably need to get on it now because once people watch tape, they're gonna see Kopilov's gonna kill this guy. But it kind of seems like everybody's on the other side still though. That's why I felt like I was on an island. So I'm glad a couple people are in here, or at least on Kopylov.
and I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole at all because I just don't want to do it in the middle of the card breakdown. But I will say this: I feel like I'm not being silly. I feel like the last name Almeida gives him a little bit of a boost. Like people are recognizing that as a winning name, and there is something to that because people used to change their name to Gracie. You know what I mean? Like people, things are associated with things, and I do think that Almeida is associated with being a
There is
strong name.
power in names.
Yeah. So I do think he gets a little credit for that too. And it's just one of them things. If you're looking at why a line might start moving, just stupid shit. You add up all the little things, and all of a sudden it's big movement. Next on the card is Randy Brown. And all right, so I'm not gonna butcher this name. Fuck you guys. Uh, we're gonna call him Zaleski. So it's Zaleski and Randy Brown. Randy Brown is minus 179, and Zaleski is plus 141. That's over 31 books. I don't enjoy watching Randy Brown fight anymore, personally. So I'm probably gonna take the over and mute this fight and smoke a joint and talk to my buddies while it's on. Usman, what do you got?
Well, I also don't give a damn about a Randy Brown fight, but at least Dos Santos puts his dog on the line every single time. 18-5 record for Randy Brown, 24-7-1 for Elizeu Zaleski Dos Santos, 6'3" on the height for Randy Brown, 5'11" for Elizeu Zaleski Dos Santos. I promise I'm not going to say it every single time. 78-inch reach for Brown, 73-inch for Elizeu Zaleski Dos Santos. Strikes landed per minute 4.37 for Brown, 4.52 for Zaleski, and takedowns for per 15 minutes 0.78 for Randy Brown, 0.43 for Zaleski. Personally, I would also think this is an over. Scrolling down, it seems like the strat also says this is an over on the fight. This is just one of those where I don't care to play anything. I'll probably just watch this one alone, but I'm a degenerate, and the over 2.5 is at -130 and hits both criteria, so I will be playing the over 2.5. Anybody?
That's a good line for that, bro. That fuck Randy Brown's
ZDS.
knockout. That's a good
ZDS.
line.
ZDS. Boy, I'm all over Zaleski dos Santos. Dude,
Why we can't
Randy
call him?
Brown.
Why we can't
Randy,
call him Easy DS?
huh?
Easy D. It's Easy DS,
I don't
right?
give a shit as ZDS today, baby. Man, he's gonna tear up Randy Brown's tall man defense up. He's gonna eat the legs up. He's gonna punch him in the face. He's probably gonna hit him with a spinning wheel kick that puts him down. I think Zaleski dos Santos is the side. I think post USADA probably looks really good on him. People forgetting, man, he beat Benoit Saint Denis, like beat him bad.
Oh, I was
Like,
gonna say he didn't beat him. He put that boy in the dirt, and and Saint Denis came out of the ground like a fucking zombie and took more punishment.
so you tell me this man is gonna be on all the good stuff? Like we're gonna turn back the clock at least 5 years? Yeah, man. Like he's only 3 years older than Randy Brown. For one, the level of competition that they face is way different. Like in the favor of Zaleski dos Santos. Yeah, man. At dog money, how can you not take a shot on this guy? I put a half unit on him to win by KO at plus 500, and then I put the other half unit on him to win by decision at plus 370. I think it was. Either way, I come out ahead as long as he wins, and I think there's a good chance that he gets the finish in this fight. But I'll just be happy to take him to win by decision or finish or by KO. Excuse me. Better times.
Yeah, I have the complete opposite take on that. I'm on Randy Brown, and the one thing I've always hated about Randy Brown, because I can see, like, when I see him, I see OSP. Like, he should be fighting for a title, but he's fucking around too much. Randy Brown, he's too cocky in there. And that's why he kind of just fucks around, and he'll either let a fight get away from him, or he'll just have a boring fight, like y'all say. Look, Randy Brown is a problem. And I think after the last fight, I think it shows us that he's taking this seriously, because no one just, I don't know why I forgot that dude's name. I'm such a fan of his, but no one just knocks that man out like that.
Muslim
And he
Salikov.
set him up. Yes, bro, that dude is such a serious striker. And he beat Zaleski dos Santos. Randy Brown just came in there and just murked him and set him up to be murked. I think as far as betting, I'm gonna stay away from this, because I like how he obviously showed us that he's serious at that one time. I think we should just observe this fight and see if this is gonna be a continuing thing where he's being serious, and use that for future bets. Because if he is serious, this man is a problem. And so he can fucking run through Zaleski too. The dude has phenomenal footwork. He has phenomenal setup with his strikes, and he's not that bad of a grappler. He has really good defensive grappling. So I don't think if Randy Brown shows up, he's gonna fucking knock out Zaleski, no problem. But I can't put all my faith on that one fight that I like, because he finally showed up. So I need to see if he does it again.
Better times. Want to make it a board bet?
Okay.
All right. We'll just do a reputation on this one for one. So we're gonna start keeping a running record for board bets. So we'll see who wins. But I like my side of this bet for sure.
Hey man, I'm confident too, bro.
Perfect one. All right,
Hey,
guys.
look, I don't care about either
Is
of
this
y'all's
exclusive
confidence.
to you two, or are we allowed to challenge you motherfuckers to
Oh
these
yeah,
two?
for sure. If y'all, whoever wants to jump in, man, let's keep it running tally. I think me and Better were talking about doing some like sacrifices, or if you lose, like
No,
shotgun a beer or some shit like that. But
no. For me, if you lose, I need you to write on $1 that you lost that dollar to me, and I need you to mail me that motherfucker. That's what I. Oh, you laugh. My family got stacks, $400-$500 that motherfuckers have lost to us. It's pride, bro. I don't need your money. I need you to write down that I beat you on a dollar and give it to me. Listen, Better Times is on limited time for whatever reason, and we love them. So better. You don't got to explain it, just in case you can't get back on the mic. Just the last 4 fights. Let me see what side you got. Who you got in Jailton, Almeida and Romanov?
Almeida, easy.
Who you got in Holland and Oleksiejczuk, whatever it is? Oleksiejczuk.
Holland, but I'm not confident.
Who you got in Strickland, Costa?
That's a toss up, but I love Costa in this matchup.
Strickland, baby. Who you got in the main event?
Islam, easy, bro. He's a lock.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaker though, right?
No funny business.
It's a heartbreaker.
You're not going to be mad if DP wins because you will be happy he got it, right?
Yeah, but come on, man. It's Islam and Hafez is the two locks of the night.
Oh yeah, you gonna drop the Gilly? You gonna bet the Gilly at 20-1?
Nah, at that point, I'm donating money.
Hey, I think that's what Islam means when he says he's got a surprise for him. I think Islam's
better.
beat him by.
While I got you in here, since you're on the Costa side, would you say you think the fight's going to be close? Do you think it's going to be a war? Damage versus volume, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, damage versus volume. I think Costa's going to get the better of that.
You like Costa? I bet a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
going to say something real quick.
Well, I found a line for you that you might like on DraftKings. They have Costa by split or majority decision, 25-1. I even put $5 on it as a hedge.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, 25-1 on DraftKings. Grab it while it's fresh, bro.
Okay, but look, here's a little takeaway on that fight. I bet on Sean Strickland and lost $8,000 when he fought DDP because I thought he won all four of those rounds. No. I watched the fight sober just a while ago, bro. This is why I'm never drinking again while I'm betting. DDP won that fight clear out. DDP made it a dog fight, and Sean Strickland slowed down, and he did not fight back like a dog. Costa is a fucking dog, and he could take shots and bring it back. That's why I'm on Costa. But I gotta go. Love y'all. This is fun.
Later on, but we'll catch you in the chats.
Have a good one, brother.
Eddie Law, I see you on the mic here, bud. Nice to have you.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, real quick, did that man just say he lost $8,000 betting?
Yeah, Better Times don't fuck around, son.
Nah, man, nah, shit. That's why I don't bet, folks. Dudes like that, like y'all too crazy. And then Joe, you on your Michael Jordan shit with that whole put your name on a dollar just so you know. I mean, like I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Like he used to gamble with like the bench guys that only played $1 a hand, and he would tell those guys on the plane, like, "Hey, I don't care if it's 1,000 or $1. I just want to make sure you know that your money's in my pocket." That should do it. You say you have people write that on a dollar. I fell over fucking laughing, dude.
Yeah, listen, my family's been doing it for my whole life, bro. My father's probably got a stack of $800 just fucking dollar bills.
That's crazy, bro.
My pops will be like, sometimes he'll just be like, "Hey, I bet you I can throw this pop can in that garbage can from over here. Bet me $1." You're signing that motherfucking dollar, bro. But you get one back. Anyways, next up is Jailton Almeida and Alexandr Romanov. If we're looking at the odds here, Almeida is minus 286. Romanov is plus 215. That's the average over 29 books. You can get Romanov as good as plus 245 if you're on his side. I personally am not. Usman, you got tail of the tape on this one?
I am pulling it up as we speak. I was on the Cap MMA website looking at the lines as well. Tail of the tape, Jailton Almeida, 20-3 for his record. Alexandr Romanov, 17-2. Height for Almeida is 6'3" to Romanov 6'2". Reach 79 inches to Romanov 75 inches. Strikes landed per minute 2.54 for Almeida and 4.06 for Romanov. Takedown averages 6.88 Almeida and 4.32 for Romanov. Just to make it short and sweet, y'all know I'm always on the Brazilian Ninja Turtle. Fat Boy's gonna wrestle, and I'm not talking about Almeida. I'm talking about Romanov. And after one round, he gonna get real tired. Almeida's going to find that finish eventually. Jailton Almeida all day. I think that the line is a steal. It's a lock. It's free. Just play it. Everybody's going to be down on Almeida for his last fight. They were already down on him because of the Derek Lewis fight. He's going to win. Brazilian Ninja Turtle all day.
Did you know that if you wanted to know the leg reach, they have that over at CapMMA.com? Anyway, shameless bitch. Trace, get after it.
So I actually have a prop bet on oh crap, I forgot his name. Romanov. Alexandr Romanov for KO round 1 or 2 because let's be honest, if there's one thing we learned in that last fight is that Jailton does not like to get hit. And those little pitter patter hammer fists, not elbows, hammer fists that he was getting hit with was enough to make him quit and knock him out. Yeah, the dude doesn't like to be hit, and if Romanov can keep him on the feet or keep him off of him or reverse and get on top of him, I think whoever gets the first takedown will probably be whoever wins this fight. Honestly, it could be whether it's a slip or he wins the takedown, or it could be where he shoots for the single leg and he just gets flopped on top of about Romanov, who should have a sizable weight advantage over him. I think whoever gets taken down is not getting back up, simply put. So I think it was worth taking a little hedge on Romanov, doing the KO round 1 or 2 on FanDuel. I think it's like plus 1100. But I also have a 1.5 unit parlay with Jailton to win inside the distance. Parlayed with Islam Makhachev for plus, I think it's like plus 134 for them to win, both win inside the distance. And I have, like I said, 1.5 units on that. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good little hedge. But, yeah, I don't think Jailton's going to be as good as people think. If he can't take a punch, if he's not willing to wear damage, I think he's going to be, won't be long before he goes back down to the smaller divisions.
Yeah, I don't think this was a good move for him. I'm gonna play the fight to go the distance. No, to be honest, I'm gonna parlay it. I put it in the chat earlier. That'll probably be the only play I actually play on this one. But I think fight to go the distance. No is pretty safe. I'll be sweating it if there's a third round, 2 minutes into the third round takedown. I'll be going fuck. But
Like, don't get
I
me
think
wrong. Neither one of these guys have like neither guys have killed or beat anybody in the UFC. They're like huge names outside of Jailton. Like he beat Derek Lewis, but like before that, the guys that were beat were both pretty much cans of the heavyweight division. The guys that couldn't grapple. So I don't know. It's gonna be a weird fight. It's gonna be I guess the power or the speed and the technique of Almeida versus the mass and just overall size of Romanov. It's gonna be a sloppy fight. I feel like it could be one of those ones where everybody's thinking it's gonna be a quick fight, and it turns into a 3 round like low level MMA fight, heavyweight fight, another over.
yeah. The fucking man. As I'm listening to you talk about this fight, I'm like, this isn't over. But we've said this isn't over 800 times, but man, I don't know. I'm gonna go watch some more tape on it. To be honest, I'm iffy on it, and I feel really good on most of my parlay this week. So I'm probably gonna have to go watch that one a little bit.
I mean, at 1.5, and you're getting plus 105 right now. Take the over for two grapplers, two heavyweight grapplers. You know, if Almeida gets the takedown early, he's going to stretch it out a little bit, and you know that it's always best for Romanov to get tired before he gets finished, and the finish won't come if he gets tired on his side. So for over 1.5 at plus 105, give me that over for sure.
You can quote me
Yeah.
on this, boys. You can hold me to it. If the finish comes in this fight, I don't think it'll be Jailton by submission. I think it more often than not, the winner of this fight, if it is a finish, is probably by knockout. I don't because like neither one of these guys really like to get hit. So I think whichever guy's tired and on the bottom and getting hit is gonna be the one that loses.
Okay. I don't disagree. So I got no argument. I don't disagree. We're gonna roll into the feature fight though. This is Kevin Holland and Michał Oleksiejczuk, maybe. Michał is plus 211. Kevin Holland is minus 278. So we are going to kick these ones off with the Darce readout. So this week we did 3 Darce fights. Darce is our AI model that gives win probabilities, finish probabilities, and several other probabilities. Yep, it's our model. So is what it is. You can't have it, but we'll tell you what it says. So it has Kevin Holland at a 55% probability of winning. And I believe it was actually 55 to 60% chance probability of winning. His KO and his sub only sit at 15%, though. Michał at a 45% win rate with a 30% KO. That's pretty good. Fight to go the distance came in at a 35%. Fight to end by KO came in at 45%. And fight to end by sub came in at 20%. I know I threw a whole bunch of numbers out there and it gets a little rambled. The important thing there is that it's picking Kevin Holland and it's picking him by KO with the next probable thing to be fight goes to decision, with the third probable thing to be Michał by knockout. Yeah, so the first few that ran through in the demo, it beat up pretty good and won. And then we've been official on the record with Darce for 3 fights leading up to this, and Darce is 3-0. I'm probably going to run a Darce parlay, and that parlay is going to include Kevin Holland. Inside the distance. So that aside, the odds on the fight, the actual odds are. Oh, I already hit them. My bad. Minus 278 plus 211. Trace, what do you got on this fight, bud? Where are you at?
Yeah, I think Holland should win this fight inside the distance as well. I think he honestly he'd go in there in the first round and shoot a takedown and probably submit him in the first round if he wanted to, but we all know he's not going to do what he should do with the smartest thing he's going to do. He's going to go with the flair and try to be flashy. So I imagine he's going to try to get the knockout, and it'll probably materialize in the second round. I'm sure Michael will come in heavy in the first round trying to get him out of there because he doesn't have cardio. And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure he's not even training with a gym anymore. I'm pretty sure he trains out of his garage. So, yeah, should be a Holland inside the distance. I'm probably going to play the submission prop because it's what he should do, but it'll probably be a KO round 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think fights go the distance is more likely, if I'm being honest. But Darce has been true to this point, so let's just ride with it and see if the model works. And even if it misses one, it doesn't mean the model is shit. Usman, what do you got?
So, we skipped tail of the tape on this one, but just to give you a brief overview, Kevin Holland has the better numbers everywhere except for strikes landed per minute, with Oleksiejczuk having a 5.06 and Holland having a 4.24. But Holland has the
What's the absorbed? What's the
absor-
absorbed?
absorbed 3.19 for Holland and 4.26 for Oleksiejczuk. But yeah.
So J-Pack absorbs more on average than Holland even throws. Is that right?
Yes, by point 02. Yeah, 4.24 to 4.26.
You heard him, boys. Holland can't miss a punch.
He literally can't. Especially because I think I like Oleksiejczuk. I just like the guy. One of these fighters that I just go for. Um, he's going to be. I think he's going to be moving forward in this fight, putting the pressure on Holland. Think between the Wonder Boy fights and the Michael Venom Page fights, he should definitely be taking a page from their book. Working on the outside, throwing, setting up that right straight that he throws, and he should be able. I want to say he should be able to find the knockout, but Oleksiejczuk, I think a lot of people are gonna think that he might be a pushover because of the whole Michelle Pereira fight. But I tend to lean that the guy is tough as fuck. Um, if you don't want to pick a prop, I say just go with Holland. I think Holland should be the better overall fighter everywhere.
But it sure would be sweet if he knocked his ass out. 'Cause, man, I like
Yeah.
him. I like him way more than I like Loudmouth.
Oh shit. All right, what do we got left here? Paulo Costa and Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is a minus 244. No, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. Minus 244. And Paulo Costa is plus 178. That is a 32 book average, and it has been on the line for 43 fucking days. Um, yeah, I'm gonna let Usman get tail of the tape on this one because I fucked up last time and didn't.
Yeah, title of the tape, we got Sean Strickland at 28-6 versus record Paulo Costa 14-3. 6-1 for Strickland, 6-1 for Paulo Costa. Looking at the same height. Reach, Strickland 76 inches, 72 inches for Paulo Costa with the 4-inch reach advantage for Strickland. Landed per minute, 5.91 for Strickland. Pretty fucking high, but not high when it comes to Paulo Costa's 6.20. Let's go with that strikes absorbed per minute as well. 4.33 for Strickland and 6.38 for Paulo Costa. Never like when a fighter absorbs more than he lands. And then off to the grappling takedown average for 15 minutes, 0.85 for Sean Strickland and 0.45 for Paulo Costa.
So no average there.
Yeah. Who's up
No
first?
average. Well, Darce has got Strickland at 55%, with fight to go to distance at 50%, fight to end by KO at 40%. Paulo Costa has a 45% KO probability. Yeah, just some numbers there. I'm still taking Sean Strickland by decision. I just think that's the play. Trace, what are you playing on this fight? I'm real curious, to be honest.
Boy. That fight might be competitive for the first 2 or 3 rounds. More likely the first 2. And then Sean gonna start jabbing that boy up. Sean's gonna tear him up, man. I think the 5 rounds is definitely in Strickland's favor. I think we see Strickland kind of probably sits back and counters Paulo because Paulo's gonna throw the big hooks and the big power shots, but I think Sean's probably gonna do some good countering and probably piece him up from the outside, and then once he starts to get a little tired, we know that Sean's gonna start pushing forward. Another 2, Sean is the more proven 5-round fighter, having most of his fights that are 5 rounds go to decision. Yeah, man. So I have 1.5 units on the KO round 3, 4, 5 for Sean Strickland at plus 600 on FanDuel. But I also took the decision prop at plus 210 for Sean. I put 3 units on that. I do think it more than likely goes to a decision where Sean probably wins a pretty lopsided decision. But I could also see the fight getting stopped because of him getting overwhelmed in the later rounds. But yeah, I think this should be a solid step down in competition for Sean, and another spot for him to get a good win with over a guy with a name and get right back in title contention. I think we see a very lopsided decision, like I said.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. Paulo might win round 2 or some shit. Ozzy, nice to see you back, bud. Get after it.
Hey, fellas. Yeah, I'm still on the road. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. I was just going to quickly ask you, Das, what's his record, man? How good are these predictions? What are we looking at a win rate here, or
So the ones that have went through on the record, 3-0. He's picked the last
oh,
three.
okay.
Picked the last three main events, winner and method. Then he did pick. So he picked DDP. No, he picked Sean Strickland as a favorite over DDP 55-45 and got it wrong. That was when I was still dialing it in, but a fight I put a lot of effort into. And the original model fight, when I posted it, it's on our Twitter when I started designing it. It said that Sean Strickland was going to win a decision and out volume Izzy worse and worse as the fight went on. It said it. It's posted on our Twitter right on this account. You can go find it. It literally picked him as the favorite and said he is going to outpace him and his cardio in the later rounds. He is going to put it on. It really said he is going to put it on fucking Izzy. And those are the 5 fights where like the full model has been ran. I fucked with it, built the website, but left it where I had it, fucked with it again, built the website, and then probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I started really fucking playing with it again and got it dialed in. So yeah, that's the full
Wow.
record.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Yeah. It actually, we ran the Conor McGregor fight too, and it's got some weird things that it said in there. It picked a prop all on its own. It picked the round all on its own. It was not asked. It picked the round and shit. That's honest to God. I didn't ask it for the round, but it told me the round. And then I said, okay, give me round by round probabilities. And it did. And then it told me the round again at the end, like, oh, and it probably ends in round 2. It reiterated that shit twice. So, I don't know. We'll see
Wow.
how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Sorry, I got another question, man, about this Das thing. Do you ever run like old fights through it, or does it already know those results and can't give it like? Can you do like an old fight that's already happened between two people, and it will give you the expectation, or because it's already happened, does Das know?
There's a good chance Darce would just figure it out. Maybe not in the first couple runs, but I was running a fight in the model, and then I went to a whole new thing, and it just kept talking about that fight. I went back and deleted both conversations and ran it all again, and it kept talking about that fight. I literally had to write commands that stop it from talking about a fight it has already talked about. Because once it learns
Okay,
something or
yeah.
once it finds a trail on a fighter, it just doesn't let it go. So it's it's like a one-way fucking thought pattern that I'm trying to dial in. But it's just probabilities, man. It does a hardcore probability calculation, and like I've been telling the guys, I think in the long run, betting probabilities is probably a good strat. Yeah, the probabilities don't always reflect the odds. Implied probabilities is just the probabilities on the odds, not the probability of any statistical data on the fighters. So it also considers age. It was also trained to consider age. So for whatever that's worth. Anyways, did we get all the way through that fight? I feel like we did, right? Okay, I'm gonna say we did.
I might just chuck in my 2 cents if that's all right
Yeah,
on
get
this
after
fight.
it.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards Costa. I thought it was 3 rounds. And I was leaning kind of towards Costa at this price, and especially his decision was 8-1 at the time. Now I realise it's 5 rounds. I favour a lot less, but now his decision is 12-1, and I'm like, oh, maybe the betting line didn't know it was 5 rounds either. But I think this goes the distance at a big clip, and I don't think I'm going to feel too stupid having that 12-1 decision ticket in my pocket. Especially seems even if he's down 3 rounds going into the fourth, I don't think he's going to be 12-1. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised in the first 3 rounds if it's close. And like you said, Costa's going to be throwing the bigger, stronger punches, probably the snapping the head back. He's probably going to get even win rounds where he's probably getting out volumed, just because he's having the bigger, better moments. So yeah, I kind of like Costa a little bit. Obviously, the odds are talking me into it, but yeah, I'm going to have some Costa decision and some Costa probably split decision. I bet that's going to be
I have a
nice
line
and
for you on that one,
steady.
Ozzy. If you have DraftKings
Oh,
available,
give it to me.
it's Costa split decision, 25-1.
Oh, I
I
like
even
that.
I even took
I
I
like
even
this.
took it as a hedge. I put a half unit on it as a hedge because I'm pretty heavy on Strickland. I figure if he wins, it's probably by a split. So yeah,
Yeah,
so I took
man.
that. I took
Yeah.
it that way. But also on DraftKings, they have the plus 5.5. So if he wins one round, you win the bet at plus 105. So that's plus money. That feels like safe money. Like no matter what side you're on, that feels like a safe bet because all you have to do is win one round on all the judges scorecards.
One round in a 5-round
Right.
fight. Is that
Yep.
how it adds up? That's a must play, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it's a safe bet.
A plus money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good bet to be honest.
That's really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
If it was a 3-round fight, I wouldn't play it. I would skip it, to be fair. I wouldn't play the fight at all. I would completely fucking skip it. That's the God's honest truth. Main event time. Dustin Poirier plus 435. Islam Makhachev minus 667. That's over 32 books for the past 43 days. You got tail of the tape on this boy, Usman?
Yes, sir. We've got Islam Makhachev, the champion, coming in at 25-1 with his record. Dustin Poirier 38-1, no contest. Height 5'10 for Islam, 5'9 for DP. Reach 70 inches for Islam, 72 for Dustin. Strikes landed per minute 2.46 Islam, 5.45 for Dustin. 1.27 absorbed for Islam, 4.36 for Dustin. Takedown average per 15 minutes, 3.17 for Islam Makhachev and 1.33 for Dustin Poirier. Since everybody wants to know and everybody's on the gilly, submission average 1.0 for Islam Makhachev and 1.4 for Dustin Poirier. Bet all of your bank and your children on the guillotine.
Jump the
Nope,
gilly,
nope, nope,
bitch.
no breakdown needed after that. That's it. That's the fight, guys. We out.
That's it. It's over. Dars picked Islam 60% to 40%. His submission is at 45% probability, and fight to go the distance is only at 25%. So here's what I would say: if you're a Dustin lover and you want to bet him, skip that and bet fight to go decision no, or just bet him Dustin to win inside the distance, because there really is no world where. I mean, I see the probability from Darce, but I agree. There's just no fucking world where it goes all 5, in my opinion. If he can tire Islam down enough to be able to land on him, he will knock him out. But likely Islam fucking mauls him and chokes him, which sucks. What are you betting on this fight, Trace?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start off by saying I took Dustin Poirier by KO rounds 3, 4, 5 at plus 1,700. Just felt like that was crazy wide for a fight like where if this fight could go, maybe he could
Covered for
cancel
the
out the
last.
wrestling a little bit for a little while. Maybe he could keep it standing. Maybe Islam goes out there and strokes his ego and tries to knock him out on the feet and prove that
So you
he's
hit all 3 rounds for plus 1,700?
yep
Not.
covering all 3 rounds.
Damn, that's a nice bet, Trace.
But I
That's
was
a really
like,
nice bet.
so I put that in when the fight first opened up for the betting that way. The only reason I haven't pulled it out is because the line's moved a little bit further. It's like plus 1,800 now, and I would just be basically getting back nothing for canceling the bet, so I'm just let it ride. I instead went pretty heavy on Islam submission rounds 2, 3, or 4. That was plus 280, I think. And then I also did rounds 3-4 for plus 600, and then I did rounds 3-4-5 submission for plus like 480. Mostly because I believe that the submission probably happens in rounds 3 or 4, excuse me. So I can kind of hit all three of those for better odds, and also cover if it goes later and still profit. Yeah, I think one thing we know with Dustin Poirier is that he's not the most jumping or energetic on his feet standing up. It's because he's got fucked up knees and hips. He's been on record for multiple things saying that he's going to need hip surgery whenever he retires. Like whenever somebody shoots takedowns, they get him down, man. Like he goes down. He's hard to submit. I mean, he's hard to get out of there once he's down there. He's savvy. He's legit black belt himself. But he just can't not get taken down. Like Benoit Saint Denis took him down multiple times. Had him in bad situations. Like could have finished him in bad situations. Like that's how bad it was. But he's durable. And he's tough as nails. But I just don't think he's going to be able to get Islam off of him. I think it's going to be similar to the Khabib fight, where while he knows what to expect now because he's already felt that Dagestani strength through Khabib, I think once he gets in there and he realizes even though he knows what it is, he can't get him off of him, he's probably going to mentally check out again. And we see him get submitted rounds like I said, late round 3 or 4. Yeah, I like Islam to win. Unfortunately, I would love for DP to come in here and get the upset, but I just think I don't want to sell myself the fairy tale. But if it happens, I'll be fucking glad I lost that money.
Yeah, I get you. Ozzy, get after it. Ozzy, my bad.
Yeah, you started off with my way of thinking, the guillotine, man. Wouldn't it be hilarious? Yeah, $50 to win 1,000, man. They sucked me in, like, just for the culture. I don't want to be the bloke not having that ticket if it hits. But you got to favour Islam here, man. I think the money line is probably right. You know, he's probably should be this size of a favourite. It's kind of crazy saying that against Dustin Poirier, one of the best to ever do it at this weight class for sure. The guy's a legend, but like you've covered it well. Like he's going to get taken down. He's probably going to get mauled, and hopefully he can last a little bit and give a good showing in what's most likely his last fight. Yeah, I got some Islam to win and get one takedown at minus 200, which is just crazy. I don't see him winning this fight without a takedown. So take his money line from minus 600 to minus 200. You know, that's beautiful. And I've also got him to get 2 takedowns and win, and that's plus 105. I think that's just, both are just absolute must playable spots here, just looking at their money line. You know, he might get 3 takedowns in the first 2 minutes of this fight, you know, if Poirier manages to get up. So you got to play them. Take a look for these same game multis guys, or parlays, whatever you call them over there. And just double check, man. I know DraftKings does them, FanDuel. Just double check, see what we can get for a takedown and a win. You don't even have to pick submission or decision or KO, whatever. Just check your same game multis. Hopefully you guys can get a similar line to what I did, because they're just must plays. So yeah, that's about it for me. Good luck this weekend, fellas.
Ozzy, before you get out of here, brother, have you done any tape on the McGregor and Chandler fight yet?
The only taping I've been doing is on Connor's social media, man. He's trying to fuck this up so bad. You got to. That's another kind of intangible. You got to teach Das now what to do when someone's out fucking partying, smoking, and doing shots, drunk out of their minds 6 weeks before a fight. Unfortunately, I think Connor does him in here, man. I think he lands the big shot. I think he's always had such power. Now he's such a unit. That strength and power is not going away, man. That's getting bigger and bigger. Gas tank, is it going to be better or worse? I assume it's going to be.
You gotta imagine to be better. I'd imagine, because he's not dehydrated at all.
He's not dehydrated, but has he? I mean, he looks like he's never stopped working out.
No, yeah, he's
imagine he's
cocaine and steroids, babe. He's all over them.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
I
He's
just
on
wanted to say I got
he's
him
on
at
the diet for sure.
I got him at minus 108 on FanDuel. If you have access to FanDuel, you can get him at -108. I don't imagine he goes much further into that. If he goes further into a hole and like a bigger dog than that, I'm going to jump on him more. But I already got 5 units on him. I'm just thinking, get on it early before the line, people start doing tapes. I think that line's going to blow up.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get his KO or KO 1-2 lines. Um, yeah, I don't see him really winning a decision. If this goes the distance, it's probably because Chandler's getting takedowns. But if these guys are just standing in the middle throwing, that's Connor's best chance for sure. And he's probably going to land something. And we're going to be miserable. All the fucking casuals will be jumping up and down with their fucking Conor McGregor chest tattoos. And yeah, don't watch this one in the pub, boys. Just stay home, get the pay-per-view. You don't want to be surrounded by all those casuals that
Dry my tears with them dollar
be
bills.
jumping up and down. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, I'll be holding a corner ticket for sure, but what it is, I don't know. But it'll be KO if I can get, plus 150, something like that for the KO. Yeah, I'll be all over that.
I'm taking the Gilly. Fuck you guys. Ooh.
Hey, he's not without a chance, Joe. He should probably take Connor down and go for a sub here. But I can see him definitely get an arm triangle choke or something on Connor for
I mean,
sure. Or rear naked, get those fish hook. Get the
Connor's,
fish hook.
bro. Connor's going to jump to Gilly on his short ass.
You're going to pull guard, you reckon?
Yeah, you're going to get him back. All right, we got to get back at it. Usman, are you on the main event? Ozzy, thank you for, as always, bro. I think you're getting out of here, man. So thank you for coming in, bro. We appreciate you. I didn't make your spaces this week because there was contradicting people in there, and I just assume not cause issues. Everybody can have fun. We don't all have to be in every space, man.
Yeah, I will say also, you guys, you cover the shit out of these cards. I don't expect you to come in and say stuff you've already talked to death. But yeah, that issue you got, I hope you can all sort that out. I think it looks like it got a bit blown out of proportion. Someone might have been a bit of dick about something and probably should have just apologized. And then, man, it kind of went bananas from there. So hopefully time goes by and someone can do the right thing and yeah, clear some of that shit up because I like you guys, but I'm ride or die with you guys. I've been with you guys forever, so
Yeah, but
yeah,
listen, brother,
fingers
there's
crossed
no
everything can
sides.
sort itself
Listen,
out. Cooler heads prevail.
but listen, brother, just because we don't get along with someone, don't mean we don't expect other people to. So, yep, we'll just leave it at that. We don't care, man. Everybody can love everybody. We just got a problem with somebody. It's all right.
Yeah,
Usman,
I
you
feel
had
you.
your hand up forever, bro. We're gonna get to it eventually, man. Later on, Ozzy. What you got on that last fight, Usman?
No, man, I'm just here to say I told y'all last week, no matter what happens, don't bite into any story about Dustin Poirier winning. It's not gonna happen. He's he lost his chance. But you know what? I write these stories in my heads, man, and
I'm
sometimes
sorry.
sometimes it just gets shown to you. Khabib finally coming back to be in Islam's corner. It's the perfect story of that dude who had the impenetrable shield, except his Achilles was not fucking dipped. You know that guy, the family that just can't be beaten, can't be taken down. Um, but the story goes is that you have to be humbled in front of your teacher. You have to be your blood must be spilled in front of your blood in order for the lesson to be learned. And that's the way it goes. Khabib wants to come back and have a little bit of shine, have a little bit of glory with his cousin, who everybody knows it wasn't Khabib that was supposed to be the GOAT. His dad loved him, but he praised Islam as being the real one. Khabib took the mantle of his father once he passed, and now he's back to get back in the shine. And that's just not how stories go. Dustin Poirier has had this rough path just so that he can come back and finally teach this bloodline a lesson. And I'm on Dustin Poirier, baby. That's what we're gonna go with.
What the fucking kind of story was that,
Oh,
bro?
bro, it's the kind that gets told many years into the
Hey, I just
future.
want you to know the whole thing's going down on Lafayette Street. Look it up, homie. The narrative don't lie to you. It is too. I'm not fucking around with you. It's happening on Lafayette Street. If you're on DP's narrative, if you're one of them guys, which I'm not, everybody's got to have a method. I'm just letting you know that it's going down on fucking Lafayette Street. So that's it for the card, man. Quick shout out to everybody that listens to our stuff. I can see all the completion rates and I can see all the hours, and seems like several people make it all the way to the end on the fight breakdowns. Couple hundred people tuned into it just on the YouTube last week. Couple hundred people on our space. So really appreciate it, man. It means a lot to us. So we're gonna close the card out. Shout out to everybody that's been listening.